Well, g'day everybody, Happy New Year. Welcome to the first Australian paddock of 2022. So today I thought I would do a 3-year wrap up of my Stihl line trimmer, the FSA 85. It's been 3 years since my first video. I've had a lot of feedback on this, including the video where I replaced the line. If you look up, you'll see the link to that video. And because of its popularity, it's a good chance to come back and have a look at it, see what I like, what I don't like, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and just to give people a bit of an idea of my opinion of what 3 years of ownership of this particular device has been. As always, I would very much appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel and like this video. Leave any comments or questions below as normal. I try to answer as many as I possibly can. So let's get on and have a look at 3 years of the Stihl FSA 85. So it's a beautiful summer's day here, and I don't know if you can see that it's pretty dry. I know we don't have any grass at the moment or anything to cut. It is the middle of summer. But let's have a look at the unit. Now this is an unadulterated unit. In other words, I haven't given it any cleanup or any touch-up. Here's the unit. I've got the AP300 battery in the end, if you can see that. And the unit is still completely intact. But it's pretty grubby, as you'd expect from a unit that's had a lot of work, both here on the property and at another house that we've been renting while we've been rebuilding. So you can see it's really seen a fair bit of action. And I wanted to show you this now so you get an idea of the fact that it hasn't just been sitting in the shed idle, it's got plenty of use. So one thing I will show you now is under the guard here, which is where all the action takes place. So here is the guard. First thing to note is it is absolutely full of debris. It's really caked in here. This was used yesterday, so it's pretty green, but it never really ever gets clean. And no matter how many times we clean it, it's always gummed up. Now, that doesn't seem to do anything to the operation that I'm aware of. You might have a different opinion, but look, it's something that does annoy me a little bit about it. It's not worn though, so this has had plenty of action and hit a lot of things, and you know, it's really very, very good. There's no chips, no breaks, no cracks. That's really important to me. All these edges here, you can't see it, are great. What I'll do is I'll give it a clean, and then we'll come back and we'll look at it in a little bit more detail. So I was just cleaning it, which is 10 minutes out of my life I'm never going to get back. And my phone just shut down because it got too hot. It's really hot here today. And so I moved into the shade. So I've cleaned it up. The first thing let's look at is general wear and tear. So it cleaned up relatively easily, but it wasn't that easy. I suppose I should clean it more often, but I think the point of these battery products is that you can pick them up, use them for 5 seconds and put them down again. I know that these are designed to be, used in a garden, and you should really be out there for 15, 20 minutes, half an hour. But you can also just pick it up, do a quick bit of a job and sit down again. And so cleaning it is a bit of an issue. It did clean up pretty well. Now this is 3 years of pretty hard work. There's hardly a mark on it really. So the plastic has handled it really well. This bit's all fine. The handle, look, basically as new, isn't it, really? There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing's broken here. These little elements are all intact. The switches are still completely intact, as you can see. And the back of it's fine. Now I know where the battery goes in. That's all still fine, there's no issues there. A little bit of silicone lubrication certainly helps with getting batteries in and out of this and in and out of the charger. But let's have a look under the head, where all the action happens. So the first thing to note would be the bump head itself. I know some people have commented on my wiring or relining video that they can no longer see the marks. Now this is the original head. Look, there's certainly plenty of wear there, but all of the original marks here, and the marks, particularly the marks here, and see that mark just there? Those alignment marks, which enable you to put the line on, they're all 100% fine. So there's no issues there. Inside here, as you can see, it's really in very good condition. And this little thing that cuts the line, I mean, I don't know what's meant to happen with it, but it looks pretty good to me. You can see it's been hit, got some action on it, but it still cuts the line. So I'd say from that perspective that wear and tear on this model after 3 years, for me personally, using it very regularly and in very difficult situations is a bit of a no issue. Okay, so now I just want to talk quickly about batteries and battery life. Here's the AP300. This is the one that was available at the time 3 years ago. So how well's the battery lasted and how well does the machine work compared to when I first bought it? And the answer is I have not yet noticed a deterioration in either machine or the battery. Probably another advantage of battery units. I mean, there's so little to go wrong on this machine, given its electric motor. I really have no complaints whatsoever. And I'm still a huge supporter of this battery technology after 3 years. I don't see why you would buy anything else. It would just be, to me, a complete waste of money. There might be better units on the market, but from a battery technology perspective, this is second to none. This battery, look, I mean, it just still works. I can't really say anything else. It works, it comes in and out easily still. So from a longevity perspective on battery, 100%. So the $64 million question for me and for you maybe is, would I buy the unit again if this one was stolen or run over by a tractor? And the answer is yes. I'm in the Stihl system. I have no problems at all with this unit. It's done well for me. You can see that it's lasted incredibly well. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it. Is the line a pain to replace? Look, yes and no. My wife actually replaced the line this morning before doing a little bit of work with it, and it all went very seamlessly. I asked her, how did it go? And she said, oh, it was no trouble at all. It all worked fine. Mind you, she has been following my other video on how to replace the line, which seems to be working quite well for her too. So yes, I would recommend it. Thanks for watching. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them below. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.